An NBA insider expects and thinks that the Miami Heat are going to try to acquire Dorian Finney-Smith and Royce O'Neal from the Brooklyn Nets. Welcome back to the Team to Beat Miami Heat basketball channel. My name is Amir, and before I get into this report, I just want to thank everybody for their continued support. I'm on my path to 600 subscribers, so if you guys could please subscribe to the channel, like, comment, and share this video, I would really appreciate it. So thank you so much for your support. So the Miami Heat made a trade a couple days ago, got Terry Rozier. All great, wonderful, but the Heat are on a 4-game losing streak. They lost last night to the Memphis Grizzlies, who are severely undermanned. Half their team is injured, and we lost to a G League team. So there have been rumors that the Miami Heat might not be done with prospecting to see if there's anybody available that can make this team better, because the Miami Heat's offense has been horrendous and horrible. And our offensive rating was ranked 20th before this game. It's probably going to drop even further. And our points per game were 26th out of 30. And we scored 96 points and have not scored 104 games straight. So I think we need to change. I don't know who we could trade. Caleb Martin keeps coming up because he's an expiring contract, and one of the only players that I think would make sense for any other team to want to trade with Miami. But not sure what that trade would look like, but the Miami Heat are interested potentially in focusing on another trade before the February 8th trade deadline. And so the Brooklyn Nets have a couple of intriguing pieces, as I mentioned. So Dorian Finney-Smith and Royce O'Neal possibly are being shopped around. And so Finney-Smith, he's 30, he's in his 7th season, and he's definitely a solid 3-and-D type player. He played for the Dallas Mavericks most recently with Luka, and he would be helpful for a contending team. So he's shooting 38% from 3, which I think is one of his career bests, and he's averaging 9 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist. So he could be a good asset for this team. Essentially, another wing player. I don't know if we necessarily need a wing player. Honestly, I think we need a backup center, a starting power forward, or a backup point guard, more so. But I don't know. He could be intriguing. Another intriguing player who's also 30 years old on that team, who's also been known to play well against the Miami Heat, especially when he played for the Utah Jazz. Royce O'Neal, another 3-and-D option. Again, another wing player similar to like a Hawkes, a Haywood Highsmith, a Caleb Martin, who we already have. So he's playing fine. He's not shooting as good as Smith, but he's close, 35.6% from deep. And then he is averaging 7 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists per contest, which is not too bad. But the Heat wouldn't mind having, I guess, more players with 3-and-D capabilities. Especially with all the injuries that we keep talking about this team, that we always accumulate new injuries. When Haywood's out and he comes back, then Caleb's out. And then when Caleb's out and comes back, then Hawkes gets hurt. And it's just a rotation of players that keep getting hurt. So I don't know. I don't know if the Heat would be willing to take on those type of players, but it can never hurt to include more 3-and-D type players on your team, especially a team that's defensive minded. And yeah, the Nets are only 17-26, so they're having a bad year right now. So it seems like they're open to trading those guys, but I don't know how good of a fit they're going to be on the Miami Heat, or if they're going to actually move the needle. I think personally, I'd rather have a power forward or a backup center. So focusing on some size so we can help with our rebounding and play against teams like Boston and the Bucks in the playoffs, who have a lot of size and length, which gives the Miami Heat trouble. So anyway, that's all I have for this quick report. I'll talk to you guys soon, and on to the next one. Thanks for the support.